What's the crack, lads? Welcome back. We are taking a look at the European Club Championship Player of the Week. This is actually a pretty decent selection, and I have already done the normal domestic League One, headlined by Fighting Spirit Pedro, Moani, and of course the banter man Miles Lewis Skelly. Right, he does have the celebration. Check that video out. But yeah, this European Club Championship here, I'll keep it very short and sweet. Do I recommend any of these players? Do I recommend spinning for these? To be honest with you, it's actually quite a decent pack. Araujo, I've seen a few people say that he's not a great card. I think it's a decent card, man. He's got over 85 speed. All his defensive stats, apart from defensive awareness, are going to be into the 90 zone with a top-class manager. Jumping at 90, heading at 90, what's not to love? And I do think down as a destroyer, he has everything you could need skill-wise as well. I think some people are just hating on this card just to hate on this card. Genuinely, it's a really good card. Not as good as his Showtime, but it's a phenomenal card. And also with John Stones, he gets the booster, a very, very decent build-up card. So if you get the two of these, you're pretty much set at the back for a Player of the Week style squad. Again, the only defense stat he doesn't get up over 90 is aggression. He can also play DMF and CB and right back. So you've got a bit of build-up prowess there with him. Speed is over 80, which is quite nice. His acceleration is over 75. Would like to be nice and higher, but very, very decent stats as well. So those two boys anchoring this pack is pretty decent as well, right? Now on to the three boys or four boys here. We've got Jorginho, we've got Bakayoko, we've got Sauroy, and of course we do have Rodgers and Simeone. So Simeone gets a booster as well. He's been beasting, obviously son of Diego Simeone. Now, one thing is, right, he doesn't have a face in the game as of yet, so that'll probably annoy some people. Speed, acceleration, balance, tight possession, finishing, all up around the threshold of 85. Very nice off-the-ball max effect plus 3 booster as well. And he's got some good stats. So again, even as one of the worst rated players, or these two boys as the worst rated, you've got Rodgers as well as an actual whole player, pretty decent as well. Very nice player skills. Missing flip-flap for the advanced ball roll or the special ball roll or the foot roll. But again, it's not really going to be a case of are you going to be playing these guys with meta. These guys are not aimed at playing, you know, and replacing Kaká, replacing Del Piero, replacing Guti, replacing, you know, Platini or any of those. So I would say that they're pretty decent. Another option here is the other whole player here. He doesn't have a phase either, but gets the technique plus 3 booster. And again, doesn't have flip-flap. Has double touch and soul control, but no flip-flap, but has one touch pass. So I think this is probably one of the best European Player of the Week's packs that they've released in a while. The only players I don't ever really recommend, lads, are players that don't really hit certain thresholds. Now, I have been hot and cold on Marcus Thuram. We've played him. I've used this Target Man card, which is much better. This Goal Poacher card, I don't really rate it too highly. I've played with him a lot on my free-to-play account. And also Bakayoko is just pure speed. And there's so many good players in the game that have more speed and more technique. But again, it's not about comparing these guys to the ultimate meta guys. These are fun cards to use for a week and then you don't use them again. Double touch, flip flap, soul control, first time shot and true passing, but doesn't have one touch pass, but can play right wing or right mid. And then obviously we've got our goalkeeper and Jorginho. Before we get to Dembele and Kimi, we've got Trubin here, who is obviously from Ukraine. And we do have a pretty decent card here. It's an okay card. I mean, some people will say that it's a brilliant card. Some people will say that it's a decent card. He's tall. He's got good physical prowess about him. And manual goalkeeping will be good with him because he's got good reflexes, reach, and awareness. So yeah, he's definitely not a goalkeeper to kind of sneeze at too much. And Jorginho. So I think the best, most fun use of Jorginho was playing him CF when they brought out that Halloween card. This is just an average orchestrator, lads. He's not going to compare with the meta boys. Good skills, yes. Blocker, interception, one touch pass, true pass, and soul control, yes. But just an average orchestrator, I would say. That brings us on to Kimi and to Dembele. You know what you're getting with Dembele, lads. He's got the speed, he's got the pace. Is it the best Dembele card they've released? No, not by a mile. But this card is down as a deep line forward. So think of him in the same kind of mold, right, as Neymar, right? The soul control, you've got double touch. He doesn't have flip-flap, but you will have that sharp, really quick one-touch pass, first-time shot, and double touch combination, which is nice on the center forward. He can play left mid, right mid. So sub tactics will really be nice. Speed, acceleration, balance, kicking power, stamina. It's a very, very good CF. Kind of reminds me of Vinny Jr. more so than the Santos Neymar because he doesn't have the dribble in the Santos Neymar. But a lot of his player AI and individuality, such as you see here, Trickster, Amazing Run, Incisive Run, will be very OP on this card. And then Kimi. So again, this Kimi is down as a CB. I think Kimmy's a phenomenal player. He can play CB, DMF, or CMF, or right back. I've probably slept on Kimmich's cards for a long time, but I'm slowly waking up to the fact that he is one of the best, most consistent players in the game. Kind of like Valverde. Not as good as Valverde, but a more defensive version of him. Excellent player skills, excellent stats. Obviously, his height is a little bit against him in terms of playing MCB, but his jump is good. His heading is poor, but the rest of his stats are phenomenal. So, all in all, lads, I think this is a big thumbs up compared to the other pack. You've got probably about 4 or 5 players in here that you could go for. We did get John Stones on one spin on our free account, and I think that's where we'll stop. On our main account, we've got these players aren't going to make our squad, but let me know what you guys think. I will talk to you in a little bit. Peace.